Today we're asking, who's that video game character? Get ready for Game Showdown. Yo, what's up? Welcome to Game Showdown. I'm your host, Blessing, at AOA Jr., and I'm joined by three contestants representing three teams. We got Tim Geddes representing Team Orange.
Let's go.
We got Andy Cortez representing Team Purple.
Just happy to be here.
And we have Mr. Stars in the Bank, Greg Miller representing Team Blue.
How you doing? I want to congratulate you on having the first ever Game Showdown t-shirt up on right now, kindafunny.com/store. I know it's a big day for you.
The first ever.
Yeah, well, it's the first time you've ever had a shirt up there, right? The Game Showdown's never had a shirt before.
I see what you're saying. Yes.
Yeah.
You want to
if
explain
you
what
love
this
this
is?
show, everybody go get the Game Showdown shirt right now, kindafunny.com/store. Not much to explain. People know.
The Tim Geddes Farewell
The
Tour
Tim Geddes
shirt.
Farewell Tour is upon us. We have been giving Tim gifts all week long. We will continue every business day until April 2nd, as the shirt says, when I take the 3 stars I'm owed because of Stars in the Bank.
In the last 10 years, the word bully really kind of changed. You know what I mean? It like kind of turned into like a bad word. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it used to just
I'm
be
taking
like
it back.
Description, whatever. Now it's like, oh, if you say it's bad. At what point is this bullying? You know what I mean?
I mean, I understand that. And I've
Mhm.
seen a lot of people, oh, he's going to ruin the Switch 2 Direct. This sucks, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You can address all your complaints to Blessing. All right?
What did I
I didn't ask for the weight of Stars
He
in the
didn't
Bank.
want this.
You gave this to me and said I can cash it in whenever I want.
I mean, you won it. It was a 6-person gauntlet,
Sure,
and you competed for it.
but you put it into our lives. You're the devil here. You're the one who gave us the
Oppenheimer didn't know what he was doing when he made that bomb.
thing. How's that feel,
Well,
Mr. Murphy? Okay.
I have been feeling a lot like Oppenheimer with this whole thing. I
And
will
so
not
that's
lie.
the thing. This is a monster of your own creation. You made me Mr. Stars in the Bank. You agreed to Carl's thing that it's for 3 stars
I
now.
don't know if I did that. No.
It's very clearly on camera that happened or whatever. And so, like, this is just how it is. I'm sorry that I had to go make a shirt for you, that I made this happen for you. I'm sorry I'm giving Tim cakes and people are asking like it's a bad thing over here.
Yeah.
The cake said die on it.
But it had 3 stars on it. And
Yeah.
it didn't say die Tim. A lot of people are misconstruing that too. It did say die Tim. We never really addressed it. I can't help what they write on the cake at Safeway. All right.
So just stay that
I
way.
think you can. I think that's the whole thing.
Heard it both ways.
We're going to start off with a trivia question where 10 points and the chance to start off strong. Contestants buzz in to answer.
Look at him cheating on his phone. What's he doing? Greg,
Man,
look at
phone's
him.
away.
Look at
Put
this guy.
phones away.
He's on his phone. What's he
Phone's
doing?
away.
I
You gotta
gotta make a call and confirm a reservation for a lunch that we're doing for Kevin's 10th
Real quick,
anniversary.
you know what?
That
That's
is
a great
right
point.
now.
Tim,
We are running
please
late.
feel free to leave, Tim. Feel free to go
I'm
leave
gonna
and make the
leave for
call.
a second.
Oh, it's our fucking
Ask the
game.
question. Ask
Go,
the
go, go.
So I lied earlier. You're not going to buzz in to answer for this one because this is a numbers game. I'm going to ask you the number of a certain thing. You'll each get a chance to guess the number with no repeat guesses allowed. Whoever gets the closest without going over will get the points. If you all go over, then the lowest guess gets the points.
Got it.
Contestants, are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Tim is
He's
running
coming
back.
back. He's
He's
coming
coming
Yeah,
back.
he
He's
heard it
coming
all.
back.
He heard it all clearly. Tim,
in-
you want to go the highest possible.
High as possible.
In the popular 2018 video game Among Us, including post-launch updates and not including the player lobby, how many playable maps are there? Now, Barrett, who won last week?
Tim.
Do you remember which team?
What
It
was
was
the
me.
last episode?
Ben Starr won.
Oh,
Yeah, Ben
yes,
Starr
you are
did win
correct.
for
Ben
Tim.
Starr did
Yes.
win for Tim last week. So, Tim, you'll get the first guess.
8.
Tim says 8. Greg.
9.
Greg says 9. Andy.
6.
Andy says 6. The correct answer for how many playable maps are there in Among Us is 5. There are 5
Wow.
playable maps. That means
Oh.
Andy gets the points for getting the closest. The maps are, of course, the Skeld, Mira HQ, Polis, the Airship, and the Fungal. Of course, remember, this is
Disgustingly.
Puts the paper
so
down.
upset.
This You're like that dog on TikTok I've been watching recently. They're like, no, you're not getting snacks. And it just goes,
This is Game Showdown. Kind of funny is a nerdy game show that you can watch live right here on Twitch and on YouTube. If you love what we do, support us with the Kind of Funny membership on Patreon or YouTube to get all of our shows ad-free, watch us record them live, and get a daily exclusive show. Thank you to our Patreon producers, Delaney Twining, Carl Jacobs, and Omega Buster. Today we're brought to you by Stash, but we'll tell you about that later. For now, let's play Round Robin.
And that's why there's the slash and farewell.
The rules are simple. Round Robin is a pretty straightforward question and answer game about video games. I'll give you a question. You have your buzzers that you'll use to buzz in and answer said question. You can buzz in once per round. If you give the correct answer, that is 10 points. Contestants, are you ready?
So
Yes.
ready.
Yes.
Round 1. In 1995, it was highly theorized that one video game was the most installed piece of software that year, more so than Windows 95 itself, leading to Bill Gates contemplating possibly purchasing the studio who made the game. What is the name of this revolutionary first person? Tim.
Doom.
Doom is the correct
That's good.
answer. That is 10 points
Good job, buddy.
to Tim.
Big fan.
Round 2.
Give him a lot of gifts.
That's why I like him so much.
In the 2016 indie hit Stardew Valley, players take on the responsibility of managing a farm. This involves making friends with characters around town, fishing, cooking, crafting, planting crops, and harvesting resources. In Stardew Valley, planting a flower near a bee house will produce increased amounts of what? Andy.
Honey.
Honey is the correct answer. That is 10 points for Andy
job.
Cortez.
Did you know that? It was
Fuck
yeah.
no. He said bee house. I was like,
what I
I'm
was
clicking
too,
it.
yeah.
I'm clicking it.
Round number 3. It's time to order up. I want you to arrange the following games from the Battlefield franchise in release order.
Oh, fuck me.
Are they on the? Are we
God,
gonna see
I
them? Or
hate
You're
do I have to
gonna
remember
see them in a second, but I'll read
Thank
them
you.
off to you first. The
Thanks,
games
thanks.
are Battlefield 1, Battlefield 2042, Battlefield 5, and Battlefield Hardline. Barrett has a graphic he'll bring up with the games. Buzz in if you know the answer. That is
Tim.
Tim Geddes.
We're gonna go Hardline. Hardline 2042. 1-5.
Tim, that is incorrect.
Fuck!
Andy Cortez.
1. Hardline. 5. 2042.
Andy, that is incorrect. Greg, you're our last buzz in if you want to buzz in to answer.
Hardline 1. 5. 2042.
Fuck you.
Greg, that is the correct answer. That is 10 points.
2042
to
was
Team
the
Blue.
latest one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Battlefield Hardline came out in 2015, 1 in 2016, 5 in 2018, and then 2042 came out in 2021 during the pandemic.
I've never heard of 2041. 2042, whatever the fuck it was.
Round number 4. This is a special round I'm calling Who's That Character? Similar to Who's That Pokemon, and in honor of Nintendo today, I'm going to show you
great,
a
Nintendo.
silhouette of a video game character. Your task is to buzz in and tell me the name of that character. Each correct guess is worth 10 points.
Nico Dorico.
That is not correct
Ah,
yet.
damn it.
Each correct answer is worth 10 points. Contestants, you can buzz in to answer. Round number 1. Barrett, bring it up. That is Greg Miller.
Nathan Drake.
Nathan Drake is the correct answer. Barrett, bring up round number 2. That is Greg Miller.
Sorry. That, of course, is Hitman Agent 47.
Agent 47 is indeed the correct answer. Barrett, round number 3. Andy.
Returnal's fucking lady.
I need the first name of this character. If you want to say Returnal Lady, I can accept that as the answer.
How sure are you that you need that?
I'm pretty sure I
Okay.
need the name.
Man, because she's running a gun, but it's like what a good game, right?
Awesome.
When you
Excellent
think
game.
about it,
One of my
like,
games of the year that year.
Gosh, ready for the next one with Rahul?
Dude, Saros.
So excited,
Come
so
on.
excited for
Come
that
on.
one.
You got 5 seconds to answer.
Eve.
And he says Eve. Eve is incorrect.
Dang,
Tim Geddes.
Elizabeth.
That is incorrect.
that's a good guess. That's
Greg.
I'm in the ballpark, but I'm not there. Serena.
Serena is incorrect, but so close. Her name is Celine.
Ah,
Celine from Returnal was the correct answer there.
Can I get a tip of the hat?
No.
Fuck.
Barrett, bring up round number 4. Andy.
The strats just fucking go. For
Yeah,
it,
the
you know what
stats
I
just
mean?
go. Hold on, I'm getting some light reflection because I didn't even see it before I guessed. Fucking. Titus.
Titus is incorrect.
Dang.
Tim and Greg have
I
the
know the
opportunity to
game.
guess here.
I know the game, and I can picture the little fuck.
Greg and Tim look like they don't have a guess
As long
here.
as Tim doesn't get it, because Tim knows this, he's gonna be mad when he sees it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5,
Let me know when you can call it so I can
4,
say the game and feel smart.
Luffy.
3, 2, 1.
Greg, you can say it.
Greg, you can say it.
So yeah, this is that Tango game. Tango GameWorks, the one. Stay on beat, whatever. I forget the name of the game too.
Dang.
Hi-Fi Rush is the name of the game. And the name of the character. Tim, do you have it?
Chai.
Chai is the name
There
of
it
the
is.
character. Sadly, nobody gets
Can I get
points
tip
for
of the hat
that
for
round.
that?
No.
Damn.
I was gonna
Keep
give
asking though. At some point, I'll give you one.
I appreciate that.
I should have said Greninja. Tongue.
Yeah. So sick.
Tongue scarf.
Round number 5.
Damn it.
Greg Miller.
That's Lara Croft, the Tomb Raider.
That is correct. That is indeed Lara Croft, the Tomb Raider. Our final round, round number 6. Andy.
I don't got it, but I know where it's from.
Greg Miller.
What the fuck?
That is short. It's Clementine from The Walking Dead.
Clementine
And I do believe it's
is
season. No, okay, there you go.
the correct answer. That brings us out of our special round, Who's That Character, and back into a regular round of Kind of Feudy. Our next round, round number 5. In the 3rd season of Netflix's House of Cards, a popular mobile game found itself
Do we
as a
buzz for this?
minor. Yeah, you buzz for this. Greg Miller.
Monument Valley.
Monument Valley is the correct answer.
I
Also,
heard kind of feudy.
Me too.
sorry, back into Game Showdown. My bad. Back into round robin. That
This whole
doesn't
round
affect
shouldn't
me.
count.
Next round, Barrett. I
Hang
think
on,
I fucked up the
protest.
numbering on this one. Just a heads up. I don't know if you see this, but I think there's a number here missing. So maybe jump ahead in terms of the rounds, or keep an eye on it, just so you have visibility. Next up, our next round, we got a messy mashup for you.
Love it.
I'm going to read to you a clue, which will be the description of a game. The answer will be the name of 2 games mashed up together. For example, in this game, sneak through top-down corridors while defending the planet from alien invasion. The answer there would be Metal Gears of War. Contestants, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Become a lethal shinobi assassin and powerful legendary samurai as you explore a beautiful open world in a time of chaos. Published by the same folks as Hotline Miami, this reimagining of a classic 1997 FPS features gunplay, swordplay, comedy, and mystical powers. Andy Cortez.
Assassin's Creed Shadowrun.
That is incorrect. Become a lethal shinobi assassin and powerful legendary samurai as you explore a beautiful open world in a time of chaos. Published by the same folks as Hotline Miami, this reimagining of the classic 1997 FPS features gunplay, swordplay, comedy, and mystical powers. I heard a sigh from Roger in the back. I think Roger has it. Oh, he doesn't.
Oh, I can't go
Andy,
again.
yeah, Andy, you already
Fuck!
went.
I have it.
Dang.
I have it.
Man.
I'll give you 5 more seconds here to make peace.
What if they don't guess? Can I guess again?
For a tip of the hat, I'll give you. Yeah. And Greg Miller.
Assassin's Creed Shadow of the Erdtree.
That is incorrect. Tim doesn't look like he has a guess. He does not.
No.
Andy, what is your guess for a tip of the hat
This
here?
is Assassin's Creed Shadows of the Damned.
No.
Oh, damn.
The correct answer
Shadowfall?
here, Assassin's Creed Shadow Warrior.
Ah,
Shadow Warrior.
Didn't have that.
Did not have any. I wasn't close to that one.
Yeah,
I
class
see
of
the game.
1997.
Andy
I
was
know.
close with
I
Shadow
see the
Warrior.
game, yeah.
It's funny.
Damn it.
There's guffaws in this. Shadow.
Yeah,
Warrior?
I mean, immature humor. It's one of those ones where it's like, I don't know if we can release this one in 2025.
Got it.
But
Okay.
back in the day, you know, it had some ha-has, some hee-hees. Next round. Published by the same company as Blink's The Time Sweeper. The first title in this series focused on events in Europe, Africa, and Asia, spanning from the Stone Age to the Iron Age. 9 total games have been released in this franchise, which has seen commercial and critical success in the RTS genre due to its historical theme and fair play. This franchise is titled Age of what? Greg Miller.
Empires.
Age of Empires is the correct answer. That is 10 points for Greg
Definitely
Miller.
thought
I'm
we
not
were
keeping up.
I
Thought
thought
it
we
was
were
a
messy
big man.
matchup.
This
I was
sucks.
messy matchup, like waiting for what the kicker is.
God, I had Age of Empires halfway through that shit. You said Blinks the fuck. Ah, come on, man.
Our next round is a special round I'm calling Publisher Puns. I'm going to give you short puns / clues. Each of the answers to these clues is a video game publisher.
Love it, love
you
it,
will get
love
it
it,
as
love
we
it.
go. We have, I think, about 9 rounds here. Each correct answer is worth 10 points. Buzz in to answer. Contestants, are you ready?
Say
Yeah.
that one more time.
Yes. So these are publisher puns. I have short puns/clues. Each answer is a video game publisher.
Okay.
Round number 1. 1/5 of the rapper colloquially known as Fitty. 1/5, Greg.
10 cent.
10 cent is the correct answer.
That's really
So
good.
do you guys get the game now?
Really
Yeah.
good.
There you go.
Really good.
Next one. If your first attempt at a video needs a redo, you can do this. If your first attempt at a video needs a redo, you can do this. Tim.
Respawn.
Nope, that is incorrect.
Can I get it read one more time?
If your first attempt at a video needs a redo, you can do this. I guess some of these are riddles. It's not just puns.
Okay.
Give you 5 seconds. Andy.
Re-render?
That is incorrect. 3, 2, 1. The correct answer here is take 2.
Oh,
You can do a take 2.
Clever.
Okay.
Clever. That's
Okay,
clever.
I like that.
Next round. If you put a hat on a CPU, you can call it this. I had fun with this one, guys.
Yeah.
If you put a hat on a CPU, you can call it this. You 5 more seconds. 3, 2. Greg Miller.
Techland.
That is incorrect. The correct answer, Capcom.
Ah,
Capcom. Yeah. Round number 4. The next one here. If you're not hard, you're likely this. Tim.
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft. There you go. That is 10 points to Tim. Next round. This indie crew is more than old enough to drive, but not quite old enough to vote. This indie crew is more than old enough to drive, but not quite old enough to vote. Greg Miller.
Team 17.
Team 17 is the correct answer. That is 10 points to Greg. Next round. If there's an emergency happening, it's best not to do this. Greg.
Panic.
Panic is the correct answer. That is 10 more points to Greg. Next one. This is a step up from 2D territories. Greg.
3D Realms.
3D Realms is the correct answer. Greg's on a roll here. Next one. I don't like my games filled with pride. I like them more this way. I don't like my games filled with pride. I like them more this way. Andy.
humble.
Humble is the correct answer. Our last one. It's pronounced how it's spelled. Tim.
Play on.
Play on is the correct answer. Now from here on.
That was a good one.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Very good. Very good.
Now, from here on, correct answers are worth 10 points, and I'm not asking questions to the group. These are tailored questions for each contestant, and you only have 15 seconds to answer, starting with Greg. Greg, Sid is a cranky villager in the Animal Crossing series. He first appeared in Animal Crossing New Horizons and was added to Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. What type of animal is Sid? Greg says frog. Frog is incorrect. Now, since Greg got this wrong, Andy and Tim, you have the opportunity to rob this round from Greg, and I'm going to give you multiple choice options here. The question is, what type of animal is Sid in Animal Crossing? Your choices are A, tortoise, B, bear, or C, elephant.
I would have been wrong on that one too.
Andy.
Elephant.
Andy says elephant. Elephant is the correct answer. That is 20 points for Andy Cortez.
He just looked like one.
Yeah. I was
see-
struggling to see him. I was seeing Sid from Ice Age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I was thinking
Sloth.
of Sid from Toy Story, and then we
Yeah.
did this, and I was like, I remember. I thought.
What if I told you Sid was spelled C-Y-D?
Changes
best idea.
everything, yeah.
Yeah. Our next one is for Tim Geddes.
Mhm.
Tim, what was the last ever game to be released internationally on the Nintendo Wii?
Good question. I ate a bunch of apples before this.
Yeah, really good.
Man.
Refresh.
Oh, wait. Just Dance?
You have a specific year?
Oh, you stupid idiot! You are not a good baby today.
You're not
bad
being a good- You're a bad baby.
2020.
Tim says Just Dance 2020. Just Dance 2020 is the correct answer. Holy shit. I was not expecting you to get that.
That's
Good
great. It's
work.
like we don't even care about the timer anymore, you know? The timer was long gone by that point. That's
Greg had
crazy.
me distracted with the apples.
Crazy,
I'm not gonna
yeah.
lie. I wasn't even looking at the timer. My bad. Tim, that is the correct answer. That is
Did I
20
go over
points
time
there.
Way over time, yeah. 15 seconds.
You
ended
said
where
Just Dance at the the 15-second point, and then Bless followed up with
Oh,
the
yeah,
year
that
at
is true. That might have
That's
thrown
crazy.
it off. Our last one here is for Andy. Andy, what year did the first Call of Duty game release?
year?
What year did the first Call of Duty game
Call of
release?
Duty?
Call of Duty.
Game?
That is
1999.
Andy says 1999. That is incorrect. Of course, Tim, Greg, you have the opportunity to rob this
Of course
round
we
from
do.
Andy. I got multiple choice options for you here. The question is, what year did the first Call of Duty game release? Is it A,
Can I just stop? I'm so on fire. 1997. Just whichever one that is, that's what the answer is.
1997 is incorrect. The options are 2002, 2003, or 2004.
2004.
Tim says 2004. 2004 is incorrect.
Damn it.
2002
Nobody gets
was my
it.
first guess.
2002 is also incorrect.
Damn,
2003 is the
I was
year.
between 3 and 4. Fuck.
It came out October 29th, 2003 on PC.
Yeah, I didn't play COD, but these are all tailored to us, so that's cool.
That does bring us to the end.
Oh, shit about COD,
I
blessing.
didn't play Just Dance.
You're the headshot.
You play
You know
Warzone.
we. You know we news. I don't know COD.
Don't you have like a million hours
You're
in
the
Warzone?
first-person shooter
Warzone?
guy, you know?
Yeah, you like first person
You knew
shooters.
soap.
I didn't know who Soul McTavish was.
That is a
I
good
did.
point. You didn't know who Soap McTavish was.
I did.
That does bring us to the end of round robin. Barrett, what's the current score?
Right now, the current score tied for last place. It is both Andy Cortez for Team Purple and Tim Geddes for Team Orange with 50 points each. And the man running away with it locked in this week, it is Greg Miller, Tim's best friend for Team Blue with 110 points, but it's still anybody's game.
These are all gifts for Tim.
Remember, the Kind of Funny membership on patreon.com/kindoffunny or youtube.com/kindoffunnygames gets you the show ad-free. And speaking of ads, let us tell you about our sponsors.
This podcast is brought to you in part by Stash. Are you still putting off saving and investing because you'll get to it someday? Stash turns someday into today. Stash isn't just an investing app, it's a registered investment advisor that combines automated investing with dependable financial strategies to help you reach your goals faster. They'll provide you with personalized advice on what to invest in based on your goals, or if you want to just sit back and watch your money go to work, you can opt into their award-winning expert-managed portfolio that picks stocks for you. Stash has helped millions of Americans reach their financial goals and starts at just $3 per month. Don't let your savings sit around. Make it work harder for you. Go to get.stash.com/kindoffunny to see how you can receive $25 towards your first stock purchase and to view important disclosures. That's get.stash.com/kindoffunny. Paid non-client endorsement. Not representative of all clients and not a guarantee. Investment advisory services offered by Stash Investments, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Investing involves risk and investments may lose value. Offer is subject to T&Cs.
And we're back. Let's play Critical Hit.
Sponsored by the
Critical Hit.
Yeah, hold on,
shirt.
hold on.
kindoffunny.com/store.
Kindoffunny.com/store if you want to get this shirt. The rules are simple. Critical Hit is a game about video game reviews. I'm going to read to you review blurbs about a game, and it is up to you to buzz in and guess what the review is based on. Each round has 3 different blurbs for the same game. The earlier you guess the game, the more points you'll get, with a max of 30 points per round. But you only have 1 guess per blurb. The add-on here is that if you get the game right, you have the chance to guess the exact Metacritic score of the game for a critical hit to double your points for the round. Contestants, are you ready?
Yes.
Ready.
You played this game plenty of times before. Let's start off with round number 1. The first review comes from Game Informer, who gave this game an 8.3 out of 10 and says, if your interest lies solely with the single-player experience, and let's be frank, this is why we counted down the days until this game's release, I walked away from it pleased, but also unfulfilled. This game eventually becomes the sequel I hoped for, but spends too much time getting there. Greg Miller.
Uncharted 3.
That is incorrect. If Andy or Tim don't have a guess, I'll move on to the second blurb. Tim's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. He's thinking. Nope.
Well, you're solid too.
Nope.
Ooh.
Andy's not buzzing in. So we'll move on to the second blurb. IGN gave this game a 9.1 out of 10 and says, and let's not forget about the multiplayer, which is actually set before the events of the first game while a civil war was raging in the city. Andy.
Resistance.
Resistance is incorrect. There are story bits built into this as well, and people familiar with the fiction will be pleased to see how the modern warfare style leveling and unlock structure is bookended. Greg.
Resistance 2.
That is incorrect. Our book ended by cinematics. That's the end of that. Tim has the option to buzz in here, but it looks like he's got nothing. Tim.
Metal Gear Solid 4.
Oh.
That is incorrect.
Damn.
Our last blurb comes from Giant Bomb, who gave this game 4 out of 5 and says, returning to this city, even a different part of the city, is naturally going to be less impressive, but the smart additions on the gameplay side make this game rewarding in a different way. While those who want to know more about the underwater city will find just enough to make the return trip. Greg Miller.
BioShock 2.
BioShock 2 is the correct answer. That is 10 points, but Greg,
Very
you
good.
do have
Very
the
good.
option to double your 10 points if you can tell me the exact Xbox 360 Metacritic of BioShock 2.
82.
82 is not the correct answer. It's
Thank
an 88 on Metacritic for BioShock 2. Let's move on to round number 2. This first one comes from The Verge, who didn't give this game a score, but did say, despite being a largely linear game, this game gives you a surprising amount of freedom for how you want to approach things. There's melee combat, a wide range of weapons you upgrade over time, and even a high-tech glove that basically gives you force powers so you can pick up things and toss them around. A lot there to chew on.
Yeah, there is. Sure is.
If nobody's going to buzz in, I'll move on to the second blurb from IGN, who gave this game a 7 out of 10 and says, this is a supremely atmospheric and action-heavy tour through a spectacular slaughterhouse set in distant space. Andy.
Shit.
Dead Space.
Dead Space is incorrect.
Fuck, I can feel this one. This one's nipping at the sides of my brain. I don't have the answer. I'm not going to buzz in, but.
We'll move on to the third and final blurb. Eurogamer recommends this game and says, ultimately, this game's frenzied action and brutal battles have still impressed me in all the right ways, drawing on all that makes Dead Space brilliant and building upon that impressive framework. Andy.
Callisto Protocol?
The Callisto Protocol is the correct
I was off base.
answer.
Good job, Andy.
Thank
Andy.
you.
That's 10 points. You can double those 10 points. You can tell me the exact PS5 Metacritic of Callisto Protocol.
PS5 Metacritic. I'll go with 79.
Good
Andy
answer.
says 79. The correct answer for the PS5 Metacritic, of course, PS5 being the most reviewed platform, 69.
Oh shit.
69.
Damn.
Yeah.
Fuck, that means it got like a bunch of 5s and 4s. God damn.
Our next round,
That's surprising.
round number 3, IGN gave this game an 8.2 out of 10 and says, without a single word of text, the developer managed to create a pair of sweet, endearing characters that I genuinely wanted to root for. Small details, like how they cower in fear when they see a ghost, add a nice dollop of charm to the whole package.
Cower in fear.
Nobody's going to buzz in. I'll move on.
I think
Greg.
I'm way out of pocket on this because I just never played it and I don't know anything about it really. But Brothers.
Brothers is incorrect.
I don't remember if they was talking because I
Yeah,
haven't played
I'm,
it.
I'm
know
with
what I
you there
mean?
too.
Yeah.
I was thinking that.
I got nothing.
Our second blurb comes from Slant Magazine, who gave this game a 9 out of 10 and says, this is a powerful gesture of confidence by Nintendo, a spin-off game with more original ideas than most companies' new IPs. Andy.
Luigi's Mansion.
Luigi's Mansion is incorrect. Greg and Tim.
Can I hear the first blurb again?
Yeah, please.
I'll read both of them for you. IGN gave it an 8.2 out of 10 and says, without a single word of text, the developer managed to create a pair of sweet, endearing characters that I genuinely wanted to root for. Small details like how they cower in fear when they see a ghost add a nice dollop of charm to the whole package. And the Slant magazine gave it a 9 out of 10 and says, this is a powerful gesture of confidence by Nintendo, a spin-off game with more original ideas than most companies' new IP. Greg Miller.
It's not at all Zach and Wiki. I'm just happy I was able to pull that out of my ass.
You know what? Zach and Wiki is not the correct answer. That's your tip of the hat,
Thank
though.
you.
That's where you earned your tip of the hat.
I appreciate that one.
Our final blurb comes from CNET, who gave this game an unscored review, but said, in fact, using the gamepad to play this game is probably our least favorite part of the whole experience. Being forced to touch areas of the screen to move objects is cumbersome, and the first-person aiming levels that turn the gamepad into the protagonist's viewpoint. Greg.
I mean, I don't know. So I'm just saying, Adventureland. Where was I? Adventureland. It's not what it was even called.
Adventureland is incorrect.
Are you talking about Nintendo Land?
Yeah, that's one.
Oh,
Got
that
it.
makes sense. The aiming levels that turn the gamepad into the protagonist's viewpoint would be much better enjoyed with just a standard gamepad. That's our last blurb.
What was it? Don't just it.
Contestants are thinking real hard. Andy.
Street Pass.
Street Pass is incorrect. Tim, you're our final guess here. Mr. Nintendo.
Ah, man. Fatal Frame.
That
Curse
is-
of the Black Maiden.
That is incorrect.
Damn, you had that whole subtitle?
I'm not even sure I got it right.
Oh, damn.
The correct answer here, I'm like looking at chat. I'm surprised chat I don't think has it either. The correct answer here is Captain Toad Treasure Tracker
Oh, okay.
for the Wii U.
That's so funny. I was definitely like noodling that, but I don't remember. Let's read the first thing. Two
Dialogue?
charming characters without dialogue?
Yeah, without a single, this is IGN's review. Without a single word of text, the developer managed to create a pair of sweet, endearing characters that I genuinely wanted to root for.
A pair of characters?
Does Captain Toad have like a counterpart?
Yeah, Captain Toad and
Captain Toadette.
Captain
The
Toad.
Lieutenant Toadette.
I'm pretty sure.
Toad in his ball sack. I knew that would get Roger. Just dragging along that big old fucking
Jesus.
Jeez, God damn. Without
Mushroom tip.
with that, nobody got points for that round. And for the record, the Wii U Metacritic for Captain Toad, 81, in case anybody was wondering.
Good for them.
Round number 4. IGN gave this game a 7.8 out of 10 and says, the scope is stunning. The customization is satisfying, and the multiplayer touches upon some really ambitious ideas. But the lack of a strong main character or interesting take on the franchise's universe costs it momentum and excitement. I can say that one more time.
Please do, yeah.
IGN gave it a 7.8 out of 10 and says, the scope is stunning. The customization is satisfying, and the multiplayer touches upon some really ambitious ideas, but the lack of a strong main character or interesting take on the franchise's universe costs it momentum and excitement. Tim.
I'm sorry, Barrett. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood?
Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is incorrect.
I think Ezio Auditore is not a.
I
interesting-
didn't know
Come
at
on.
Brotherhood. I thought maybe they didn't focus on them enough. You
also,
know?
the fucking multiplayer kicked ass. It was a good multiplayer.
How many brothers does he have?
If nobody has a guess here. Greg Miller.
Halo Reach.
Halo Reach is incorrect.
That's a good guess.
Yeah.
Great
Yeah.
pull right
Greg's
there.
on fire today.
Can't wait to see how I fuck it up. You're gonna have some fucking 78-point question for me.
Andy.
Halo ODST.
That is incorrect. We're going to move on to the next blurb. And before I do, Roger, can you get the whiteboards ready? I forgot about that. if you can go seek out the whiteboards. Thank you so much.
Doesn't he have to run the buzzers though? Oh, they're right there. Okay.
Yeah, they're right there.
My apologies.
Our next one is from Polygon, who gave this game a 6.5 out of 10
Woof.
and says, in the quest to build something that looked and sounded next generation, Ubisoft Montreal failed to fix the problems that have accumulated over so many annual releases. Tim.
Watch Dogs Legion.
Watch Dogs Legion is incorrect.
No!
Oh.
Really?
Wow.
Andy.
Wow.
Assassin's Creed Unity.
Assassin's Creed Unity is the correct answer.
There you go.
That's 20
Good job,
important
Tio.
points.
Arno Dorian, fucking loser, fucking dork protagonist.
Who was that?
The protagonist of
Arno Dorian.
Unity.
I'm on a Dorian.
Watch Dogs Legion was way too new for them to have like a point.
Oh,
score.
yeah. Good point. But
Now-
still, it checks all the boxes.
Good point.
Now, of course, you got to add the second blurb there, which means 20 points. You can double that to 40 points if you can tell me the exact Metacritic of Assassin's Creed Unity on Xbox One.
Xbox One 73.
The correct answer, 72.
Oh!
72. So close, yet so far. But Andy, that's not the end, because that then leads us into our bonus round,
Bonus.
Metascore Mayhem. I'm
Here
going
we
to put
fucking go.
5 different, that's my favorite game. 5 different games are going to be put on the screen. I provided you each with whiteboards. Actually, Roger did. Thank you so much, Roger. I want you to organize these games from top to bottom based on what you think the Metascore is. For every correct spot, you'll get a whopping 20 points.
Fucking hate this fucking show.
The twist, if any of you get all 5 games correct, the game ends and we dish out scores as is. However,
So top is the best, bottom's the worst.
correct. However, if no one gets all 5 correct, I'll tell you each how many games you have in the right positions and give you each one chance to change your answers. I won't tell you which games you have in the right spots, just how many. You have 60 seconds to jot down your answers. Contestants, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Barrett, bring up the games.
Greg, there's no way you can lose this.
Shut up.
The games are
Fuck!
A Way Out, Dragon's Dogma 2, LA Noire, Dishonored, Death of the Outsider, and Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Barry, you're gonna have to keep me honest on time since we can't see the timer, but
I got you.
you guys got a minute to jot that down. Again, for those watching and listening, the challenge here is to order these games from highest Metacritic to lowest Metacritic. Somebody needs to get all of these correct for us to dish out scores. If nobody gets these correct after this first round, I'm going to tell them each how many games they have in the right spots and give them one more chance to correct their wrongs.
15.
We have 15 seconds left. It looks like Greg has answers done. It looks like Tim has answers done. It looks like, Andy also has answers done. And so we can cut that short. We don't even need the full 60 seconds. Look at these guys. They're ballers. We're going to start off with Greg Miller.
Okay, so best to worst,
Mm-hmm.
I have Dragon Ball Sparking Zero at the top, Dragon's Dogma 2, A Way Out, LA Noire, Dishonored.
Andy.
Dishonored at the top. Dragon's Dogma 2. DBZ. A Way Out. LA Noire.
Tim.
Dragon's Dogma 2, LA Noire, A Way Out, Dragon Ball Z, Dishonored.
You each only have one game in the correct spot. So we're going to run it back.
Game.
You're going to get 60 more seconds to redo your answers for a final shot at redemption. Barrett, if you can put up the games one more time and roll the timer one more time. Again, the games are A Way Out, Dragon's Dogma 2, LA Noire, Dishonored, Death of the Outsider, and Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Each of our contestants here only had one game in the correct spot there. This is a scary one. Usually for this game, there's at least somebody who has a lot of these games in the right spot. So now the game ends up being that they have to guess. You have to take swings. Nobody's safe this round.
30 seconds.
It's all coming down to this.
That makes sense to you, and you'll confirm that I don't have to. I'm
Yes, I
moving
see
that
what-
one up there.
I've
Okay.
seen what you're doing.
I'm not cheating you.
Contestants, you have 10 seconds, but it looks like everybody has answers done. All right. There we go. We're going to start off from the opposite side of the table. Tim, what you got for me?
So I'm going to keep Dragon's Dogma 2 at number 1,
Mhm.
then Dragon Ball, then LA Noire, then Dishonored, A Way Out at the bottom.
All right. Andy, what you got for me?
Dragon Ball Z. Dragon's Dogma 2. A Way Out.
Get up on that mic.
Oh, sorry. Dragon Ball Z at the top.
Mhm.
Dragon's Dogma 2. A Way Out. LA Noire. Dishonored.
Greg?
Dragon Ball. I'm sorry. No. Dragon's Dogma 2 at the top. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero number 2. LA Noire, A Way Out, Dishonored at the bottom.
Can you say that one more time?
I sure can.
Yeah.
Dragon's Dogma 2 at the top. Sparking Zero in number 2. LA Noire 3. A Way Out for Dishonored at the very bottom.
Barrett, if you can bring up the actual answers. The correct answers here.
Oh, wow.
Starting from the bottom, A Way Out has a 78. Above that is Dragon Ball Sparking Zero at an 81. Above that is Dishonored, Death of the Outsider at an 82. Okay. Above that is Dragon's Dogma 2 at an 86. And the number one game here is LA Noire.
It's a great game!
At an 89 on Metacritic.
It was a different time. We were impressed by a lot of things back then.
Oh, we're tapping the ledger over and over again.
That's crazy.
Now, what that means is that Greg got 0 correct for that round. Both Andy and Tim got 1 in the correct spot. So they each get 20 points. Greg doesn't get any more points. But, however, I don't believe that matters because, Barrett, what's the final score?
The final score, it was just not his week this week. Maybe it's all the mind games being played with him, with all the nice things that Greg, his best friend, is giving him. It was Tim Geddes for Team Orange with only 70 points, not even getting into triple digits. In second place, he fought hard this week. He is the most second place man this year. It is Andy Cortez for Team Purple with 100 points. And our winner this week, he is Mr. Stars in the Bank. It is one Greg Miller with Team Blue with 120 points.
I think on this win, Jen might give me the triple digits tonight. You know what I mean?
I don't.
Whoa.
I'll bend over and she'll hit my prostate with triple digits in my asshole.
Shit.
I fucking It's been a long drought, but I'm back, baby.
Your breath smells good. I've been eating ass all day.
Greg, you win the star trophy.
Thank you.
Don't
I'm
touch my hand
excited
when
for
you
that.
take There you go.
Do I get a tip of the hat for the prostate joke?
No, you're not you're gonna get a tip of something apparently, but not of a hat. Not of a hat. Of course, that then brings us to our star standings to catch up on our overall score for the season. Coming into this episode, Greg with Team Blue had 2 stars. He just earned his 3rd star for the season. Team Purple. Team Purple sitting
Barrett,
at.
give me 3 of Tim's right now, but put an asterisk next to my 6 and Tim's 3. Because that's what's happening. April 2nd.
Team Purple is sitting at 1 star.
Shout out, Raj. Thank you, Raj.
And Team Orange is sitting at 6 stars. Now remember, Greg indeed is still holding on to the stars in the
Stella
bank
really fucked me
briefcase.
on that one. Like, she could not beat Ben Starr. Come on, dude.
British.
If Greg steals Tim's star
3 stars.
with S in a parentheses, because apparently I got to figure shit out. That still could mean big changes for the season, but you have to continue to tune in throughout the season to see how that develops. Contestants, thank you so much for joining me here on Game Showdown. Remember, Greg has called a shot. Apparently, he is redeeming this stars
Cashing
in the
in.
bank. He's cashing it in next week
April
during
2nd.
the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. So you're going to tune in for that. Of course, this has been Game Showdown, your nerdy trivia
It's funny,
show.
Wes, because I get to embarrass Tim in front of our fans and our employees all the time, but now we get to invite Kat Bailey in. You know what I mean? She'll be here for the Nintendo Switch 2 reveal event. Probably a whole bunch of new viewers too.
Oh,
and I'll get
probably,
to
yeah.
see what a charlatan this man is.
Fun update for you. I believe we don't have an episode next week or the week after, if I'm thinking about this correctly. So be aware of that. Of course, tune into the Nintendo Direct apparently for Game Showdown shenanigans. And then also
I mean,
stay tuned.
after I win the stars, we can just stop the show if you want. No more Game Showdown. I win.
We need at least 3 more episodes.
I mean, listen, I got the rest of the season planned out in my head. I'm not going to tell you how many episodes there are, but stay tuned because there will be more. That's all you're going to get. We'll be back later with another episode. Until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you.